I welcome you all to my YouTube channel Insight into Chemical Engineering. In this lecture series, we will solve the unsolved problem of a famous book, Stoichiometry and Process Calculations by K.V. Narayanan. These lectures are helpful for chemical engineering students. And during lecture, step-by-step solution will be provided. In this lecture, exercise number 5.21 to 5.22 will be covered. Please like and subscribe for motivation. Problem number 5.21. Calculate the molar volume and compressibility factor of isopropyl alcohol at given temperature and pressure using three methods. So in method A, the van der Waals equations. So we need to use van der Waals equation. So here temperature is given and pressure is given. So first we can write the van der Waals equation, then we can find out the parameters, that is A and B, then we can convert this equation in terms of molar volume and we can find out the molar volume. Once the molar volume is estimated, we can estimate the compressibility factor. So this is the van der Waals equation, P plus A n square divided by V square into V minus NB equal to nRT, where A and B are expressed in terms of critical temperature and critical pressure. So in order to find out the value of A and B, TC and PC should be known. So first we will estimate the value of A, because in the problem the values of A and B are given. So if you will see here, the critical pressure and temperature of isopropyl alcohol are 47.64 bar and 508.3 Kelvin. So simply substitute all values, so we will get the parameter A. So in the same way we can estimate the value of B. So this is the value of B. Now we can express this equation in terms of molar volume. So we have expressed the above equation in terms of molar volume. Now all values are known. B we have estimated, T and P are given in the problem. So we can simplify this equation. So after putting all values, we will get this equation. Now further simplifications will give this equation. Now we will take the help of one website to solve these equations and we will get three roots. So out of three roots we will take the real root, which will give the value of molar volume. So using this website we can solve the previous equation. So after solving we will get the molar volume, and molar volume came out as 3.6 into 10 raised to power minus 3 meter cube per mole. So we can estimate the compressibility factor, Z equal to PVM by RT. Pressure and temperature are given in the problem and Vm we have estimated. So we can find out the value of Z. So value of Z equal to 0.921. Now in part B, we need to find molar volume using Lederson method. So in case of Lederson method, compressibility factor is expressed as a function of reduced parameter as well as ZC, that is critical compressibility factor. And this is the formula. Using this we can find out the compressibility factor. So first we need to read the value of compressibility factor in a chart which are drawn at 0.27. Then we need to find the deviation factor. So this D is the deviation factor and ZC is the compressibility factor which is given in the problem. So only we need to estimate Z 0.27 and D. For that, reduced parameter are known. So in the problem it is given that temperature, pressure, Tc, Pc and Zc are given. So first we need to find the reduced parameter. So we can write T reduced equal to T divided by T critical. So T is 475 and T critical is 408.3. So we will get TR equal to 0.93. Now in the same way we can estimate PR because P is given and PC is also given. So PR will come out as 0.21. Now based on the TR and PR value we can read the chart and we can find out the values of these two unknown parameters. So we need to read the compressibility chart which are drawn at ZC equal to 0.27 using TR and PR values. So we will get Z 0.27 equal to 0.89 and deviation factor equal to 0.27. Now substitute all values into this formula. So after putting all values we will get 0.884 because Z 0.27 we have estimated from chart, that is 0.89 and D is 0.27 and ZC is given in the problem, that is 0.248. So after putting all values we can get the value of compressibility factor. Now from compressibility factor we can estimate the molar volume. So molar volume can be written as Vm equal to RTZ by P. R we know that is gas constant, temperature is given in the problem, pressure is given in the problems and Z just now we have estimated the value of Z. After putting all values we will get the value of molar volume. Here we will see that how we can read the chart. So in Linderson method, compressibility factor is expressed as a function of TR, PR and ZC. So here ZC is constant because all these chart are plotted at Zc equal to 0.27 as a function of Tr and Pr. So in the problem, values of Tr and Pr are known. So we need to identify these 2 points on the chart. So if you will see here, so this line corresponds to Tr equal to 0.92. So this is the line which corresponds to Tr equal to 0.92 and we have Tr equal to 0.93. So we can roughly estimate that Tr equal to 0.93 will be between this 0.92 and 0.94, and on this axis we can identify Pr because this axis corresponds to reduced pressure. So Pr 0.21 will come somewhere at this point. So this is Tr equal to 0.92. So we can draw a line from this point which will cut this line, and we can go little bit higher to this line that should remain between this Tr equal to 0.92 and Tr equal to 0.94. Then we can draw a line towards left hand side which will give the value of Z. So value of Z equal to 0.89. Now we can estimate the values or value of deviation factor. So in the problem, compressibility factor is given, that is 0.248, which is less than 0.27. So basically in this case we have two charts. If Zc is less than 0.27, then we can read the value of D from this chart, else we have different charts where Zc is greater than 0.27. So again we need to see the Pr value. So Pr 2.1 will come around this point. We need to identify Tr equal to 0.93. So here we have 0.96, 0.98. So it's decreasing in this way. So it should be 0.94, and between this and this line 0.93 should come. So we have to roughly estimate where this line will go. So accordingly we can draw a line from Pr which will cut this Tr line. So roughly this line will come here. So from here we can go towards the Pr. Then we can draw a left hand line which will cut this D value. So D equal to 0.27. In part C, estimate the molar volume using Pitcher method. So in Pitcher method, compressibility factor is expressed as a function of a reduced temperature, reduced pressure, and eccentric factor. So these values are given in the problem. Here the overall compressibility factor is expressed in two terms. So first term Z0, it denotes the compressibility factor for simple spherical molecules, whereas the second term accounts for the non-sphericity of the molecules. So overall the contribution of second term to the overall Z is less. So we need to estimate reduced temperature and reduced pressure. So reduced temperature can be written as temperature divided by critical temperature. So temperature and Tc are given in the problem. So Tr will become equal to 0.93. Now we can also estimate a reduced pressure. Reduced pressure equal to P by Pc. So P is 10 bar, Pc is 47.64 bar. Now using Tr and Pr values, we can read the chart. Read the generalized compressibility chart for simple fluid using Tr and Pr values. So from these charts we will get Z naught, because Z naught correspond to the simple fluid. So Z naught value will come out as 0.9. Again we need to read the generalized compressibility chart, that is the correction factor. So using Tr and Pr values. So here Z1 will come out as minus 0.04. Now we can put all values in the previous equation, that is overall compressibility factor equal to Z0 plus omega Z1. So after putting all values we will get Z equal to 0.873. Now using this Z we can estimate the molar volume. So we can write molar volume equal to RTZ by P. Now all parameters are known. So by putting all values we can estimate molar volume. So this is the molar volume. So here we will see that how we can estimate the value of Z naught. So that is the compressibility factor for simple fluid. So simple fluid simply means these charts are drawn for spherical molecules. So in the problem Tr and Prs are known. So corresponding to these reduced values we can read the chart. So first we will see the PR point. PR equal to 0.21. So this is 0.2. So somewhere here it will be 0.21. Then it's 0.93, that is TR. So this line correspond to 0.9 and above to this line correspond to TR equal to 1. So TR equal to 0.93 will be little bit higher than this TR equal to 0.9. So this line correspond to TR equal to 0.9. So from here we can draw a vertical line which will cut this TR equal to 0.9, and little bit higher we can go. Anyway 0.9 and 0.93 all lines will merge at this point. So this is the value of Z naught, which is nearly equal to 0.9. So here we can estimate the correction factor. So these are the generalized compressibility factor in which we can find out the correction factor, that is Z1. That is simply the deviation from the sphericity. If the molecules are not spherical, then we can assume that molecule as spherical, and the remaining term will account for the non-sphericity of that molecule. So again we need to locate TR and PR points on the chart. So somewhere here we can see that PR 0.21 will come, and we need this TR equal to 0.93. So this is TR equal to 0.9 and this line is 0.95. So TR equal to 0.93 will come between these two curves. So from here we can draw a line towards left hand side which will give the value of Z1. So Z1 equal to minus 0.04. Problem number 5.22. Calculate the molar volume of isobutene at given temperature and pressure using three methods. So problem is almost same. Again we need to estimate the molar volume using van der Waals equation, using Lederson equation and Pitzer correlation. So again in method A, that is van der Waals equation, we will use the van der Waals equation, we will estimate the values of constant A and B because critical temperature and pressure are given. Then we can solve that equation. So in part A, we need to write the van der Waals equation. So this is the van der Waals equation. We can estimate the values of A and B because TC and PC are given in the problem. So after putting all values, we will get the value of A. We can also estimate the value of B. Now we can express this equation in terms of molar volume. So after expressing this equation in terms of molar volume, we can substitute the values of known parameters. So after substituting all parameters, we can simplify this equation. So after simplification, we will get this equation. Now with the help of this website, we can solve the above equation and we will get the value of molar volume. So molar volume equal to 2.039 into 10 raised to power minus 4 meter cube per mole. In part B, find molar volume using Lederson method. So we know that in Lederson method, Z is expressed as a function of TR, PR and ZC. These values are given in the problem. So temperature and pressure are given, as well as critical values are also given, that is TC, PC and ZC. So we need two reduced value in order to read chart. So we will find out the reduced parameter. So we can write TR equal to T by TC. Value of T is given, value of TC is given. So TR will become equal to 1.05. In the same way, we can write PR equal to P by PC. PR equal to 2.36. Now we can read the generalized compressibility chart which are drawn at ZC value equal to 0.27 using TR and PR values. So after reading charts, we will get the value of Z equal to 0.36 and deviation factor equal to 1.77. Now we can put these values in a final equation. In final equation, compressibility factor equal to compressibility factor at 0.27 plus D into ZC minus 0.27. So this value is 0.36 and D is 1.77, and already ZC is given in the problem, that is 0.2627. So after simplification, final compressibility factor will come out as 0.347. Now we can estimate the molar volume, because we can write molar volume equal to RTZ by B. Here Vm is molar volume, that is volume per unit mole. After putting all values, because already T is given in the problem and just now we have estimated value of Z and P is also given in the problem, we will get molar volume. So here we will see how we can read the charts. So these charts are drawn at ZC equal to 0.27. So in the problem, TR and PR are known. So first we need to identify these 2 points. So PR we can identify on this x-axis. So somewhere here we will get TR equal to 2.36. So we need to identify TR line, that is 1.05. So this TR correspond to 1.05 and just about to this curve TR equal to 1.05. So 1.05 will come between 1.06 and 1.04. So this is TR equal to 1.06 line. So we can see that where this TR equal to 1.06 line is going. So it's going in this way. And anyway 1.06 and 1.05 all lines will merge at this point. So corresponding to this point we can read the value of Z. So Z equal to 0.36. So using this, we can estimate the deviation factor. So ZC is given 0.26, which means ZC is less than 0.27. So we can read this chart. Two charts are given in which ZC is less than 0.27 and ZC is greater than 0.27, and TR and PR also given. So first we will identify the PR on this curve. So this axis correspond to PR. So this PR goes up to 1.2 and we need to see the value of PR equal to 2.36. So we cannot identify this PR point on this chart because this chart is plotted only up to PR equal to 1.2, and it's very difficult simply to guess these curves or to extrapolate these curves if we will just extend this PR axis up to maybe 2.36 or maybe PR equal to 3. So in this case what I did, I took the value of molar volume from the answer, and then I did back calculations, and based on that back calculations I have estimated the value of deviation factor. So in the answer molar volume was given, that is 1.43 into 10 raised to power minus 4 meter cube per mole. So from this equation we can find out the value of compressibility factor. Now we can write the formula. So in the previous slide we have estimated the value of Z 0.27 and ZC is given in the problem. So after putting this value we can estimate the value of D, and deviation factor came out 1.77. Because in this chart directly we cannot read the value of D using TR and PR, because PR is drawn up to 1.2 and we need to see PR at 2.36. That's why I did back calculation so that we can estimate the value of D.